Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video, I want to talk about something that is absolutely pain. Now, this update has been a very back and forth update. I'm willing to argue this update has been good, but I also have to acknowledge that a lot of things in this update have absolutely not been good. One of the biggest things is, well, the breach dimension keys. Now, with these dimension stabilization keys, these are what you need to basically focus on and farm the new content, which is breach tracking. So at least breach tracking requires these keys for every single run that you do. When you do complete a run inside of breach tracking, at least for example, with basically any Descendant, you'll have the chance of getting something like these boxes at the end. From my understanding, these boxes basically are around about around about 20 keys for the yellow box, which is the gold box, and 20 keys for the blue box. For the purple box, it is 30 keys. If you want to open all boxes, it is going to run you, well, a good chunk of keys very quickly, at least with this as well. With the other things, if we do look at the patch notes, let's talk about the farming methods for these keys. Now, number one is the Axion Colossi, and number two is the Wall Crasher. That's pretty much it. And to time gate a farm at this point is honestly just, it's embarrassing. You full well know that you wanted to time gate this, and for new content you basically just have to farm it once an hour, hope you get a good amount, and if you don't, you're basically just sitting with your head in between your tail in between your legs and just sitting there and waiting for the update or waiting for the hour to pass to basically do the same thing. The biggest problem is this is not a permanent farm. ETA 0 allows you to buy 600 of these vouchers as well. On average, for me at least, when I run solo, it takes me 3 minutes, so about an hour and a half, or about an hour and a half to 2 hours to burn through all 600 keys. I've already burned through all 600 keys, so yeah, it's not looking good. To be honest, I don't understand why they don't have the Grim Reaper or Abyss Colossus as a farm source for this as well. That's what they should 100% have done from the beginning of this. They even mentioned in their dev live they want that you can farm them from Grim Reaper, but then there is no farm inside of Grim Reaper. It's not a positive thing. Honestly, we really do need the farm from Grim Reaper to come in clutch, because I'll be completely real with you, without that, this is not even something I can recommend farming very much. If you want gold, this is not the best gold farm. It's only the best farm for any of these things when you can open the boxes. Even for Amorphous or Superconductive, this is still consistently not a very good farm. If it takes you more than 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes or 3:45 seconds to do this, it's not better than an axe converter. So in terms of a farming mission, is it fun? Absolutely. Have I been enjoying myself whilst playing it? Yes. I love the spawns, I love the variation, I love the tile sets, I love this mission as a whole. It is a good mission, but tanking this entire update with the fact that Enzo has been a clusterfuck, Jaber has been screwed over, the Greg's Reverse Fate has been screwed over, the Afterglow Sword is still not as good as it should be, and then you time gate everything. I know you want this game to do well, and I want this game to succeed, but this is not it. Do not time gate a new update. It's not a good thing. In a few days or in a few weeks, this is going to age better, because your people will just be running wall crashes, and then they'll run their breach tracking here and there whenever they have the keys. But without an actual legitimate farming source, this is incredibly cooked. I want to praise this update, but this is not how you should be doing it. Even just in general, in terms of what they could have done for the update in general, I think that they absolutely have missed the mark, at least with the main thing. The whole point of this update was breach tracking, and breach tracking is the one thing that you can't run unless you have the keys. Can you run it without keys? Yes. Is it worth it without the keys? No. It's not the best gold farm. It's not the best anything. So, please buff the keys. At least buff the drop rate of the keys from Colossi in Axion from being a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 150 or 200 if you want to keep it in Axion. And Wall Crasher should also have a minimum of 60 keys and a maximum of like 600 keys. I think that would be better if you want to keep it there. But please, for the love of God, put the farm in Grim Reaper as well. Or, you know, don't, because it doesn't really matter what I say very much. But it's very sad that the main piece of content in this update essentially gets screwed over by the fact that, well, you can't play it without the keys properly, and the keys are time gated, so it's just a big fuck you because you're playing the game. That's what it feels like, a big fuck you. And it's better than that. Nexon can do better than that. This, I think, is just a major mishap on their part. I don't know whether it was fully intentional, to be honest, that they didn't include the farm in Grim Reaper, because they literally said they would. So, do I want to give them the benefit of the doubt at this point? Not really, but please add it in. And for Grim Reaper, if you add it in Grim Reaper, hell, make it between 10 and 70 keys in a run, no problem. Because you can run Grim Reaper as many times as you like. What you cannot run as many times as you like is the Wall Crasher, and the Axion Colossi that only spawn every 10 minutes to the end of the hour. If you want to keep it in Axion Colossi, make them spawn randomly between every 5 and 15 minutes, and even 4 Axion Colossi an hour or 8 Axion Colossi an hour as a guarantee would be significantly better. If you make it something like that, then I can kind of see this becoming a non-issue. But for the love of God, please change this, because my RNG hasn't been the greatest either. And I think a lot of players and people, when I was streaming as well, had the same issue. There was several people that were getting the 400 drop and stuff like that, or big boy drops. But there was more people that were getting, and I shit you not, 1 key from the Colossi each and 11 keys from Wall Crasher, meaning a total of 14 keys over an hour. That's not even enough to do 1 breach tracking. I think at a bare minimum, breach tracking should give you enough keys to do at least 3 runs over an hour, like just as a bare minimum guarantee across Colossi and Wall Crasher. But that's just my take. Please fix, because yeah, this update's been cooked, but I'm going to make a proper video talking about it a little bit later. Please fix breach tracking. Thank you.